Oh, I want to check this out.
In 20
Mackard by Mackard. Why replacing developers with AI is going horribly wrong. I have been noticing something. I have been thinking that there's no way that AI could just completely replace all types of developers. They can't. It's not possible because AI like Claude or ChatGPT, there are a lot of flaws in the code. I mean, with AI. You know, I've seen it personally. I've seen a lot of the errors that AI could make, even if there's even if the even if you describe it perfectly and you program it to do what you tell it in very specific manner. I've seen a lot of butchering going on with AI, and I hope she talks about it. Hopefully, I explained it correctly. My bad. Getting a little nervous on the fly. My bad.
2023, the tech world was sold a prophecy that felt like a death sentence for an entire industry. Leading researchers predicted that AI would replace up to 80% of software developers by 2025. We were told the future was agentic, that we'd have digital coworkers who never slept, never complained, and never produced bugs.
2024 ended with a staggering 152,000 tech employees laid off globally. By the first quarter of 2025, tech giants like Intel and Amazon cut an additional 30,000 corporate roles to, quote, realign for an AI-centric future.
It's now 2026, and the miraculous AI tools of the hype era are being quietly sidelined. Reuters recently reported that while nearly 97% of tech leaders integrated AI into their backend, 2/3 of them haven't saved a single human headcount. In fact, the opposite is happening. AI has a short-lived memory for complex system architectures, and the bill for that amnesia is finally coming due. Today, we're going to look at how the plan to replace developers with AI went horribly and predictably wrong. The narrative was that machines would write all code by the middle of this decade. Google CEO Sundar Pichai even noted in late 2024 that
It didn't. It's not going to.
over 25% of Google's new code was AI generated. But as we move deeper into 2026, the empirical evidence is ugly. The MIT Nanda Center recently released a report titled The Gen AI Divide, and the results are a bloodbath. Despite $40 billion in global investment, a staggering 95% of generative AI pilots in the enterprise sector have failed to deliver a single dollar of measurable return. Most organizations are seeing zero net impact on their bottom line. The problem? Vibe coding. This is the trend where developers use natural language to vibe a piece of software into
I hate vibe coding, bro. I hate that shit, bro. It's basically like the way how you feel at the moment and then just translating it into code. That's just like the layman's terms of it. I hate that because it's just like shooting it on the fly, you know? Like for me personally, my coding skills are subpar at best, so I can't really comment completely on it, but I do some scripting in my job, you know? And it takes a lot out of me in order for me to find the ideas to to create a script, yet alone I can only imagine what like some software engineers have to go through in order for them to get what they need, you know. But they have to like study, go through it, like know the fundamentals and stuff like that, data structures, algorithms, and such forth. And I'm just not a big fan of vibe coding, and I really hope that shit goes away.
existence. It feels like magic during a demo, but as Stanford's Digital Economy Lab pointed out, AI-generated code tends to be simpler, more repetitive, and dangerously less structurally diverse. It lacks the connective tissue
It's slop, honestly.
required for a system to be robust. Research shows that while AI can help a junior developer finish a basic task 35% faster, it actually makes the final product less maintainable over the long term. This leads us to the most expensive mistake in tech history. Reuters and The Guardian have highlighted that AI-assisted development is fueling a global crisis. Cast Software recently analyzed 10 billion lines of code and found that it would take 61 billion workdays to pay off the world's current technical debt. We are seeing a 4x surge in code cloning, where the AI simply copies and pastes similar blocks instead of creating elegant, reusable logic. This has created what engineers call the slop layer.
Okay.
It's a layer of code that works.
See, it's just complete slop. And also, I had another friend who basically also worked in tech. He's a senior DevOps engineer. They kind of don't like all this AI stuff when it comes to like creating or manifesting code, because it feels like they're not really learning anything. It's just constant repetitive repetition of old code that they're reusing and recycling, and then fixing it up so it could be adjusted to their current task. But they feel like they're not really learning or grasping anything new. I thought the reason why you start at the bottom, junior level, is so you can learn as much as you can, and when you're at that level, you grow to the second level, software engineer. I'm taking software engineer software engineers, an example, junior level engineers, software engineers, you basically learn the fundamentals, fix a few bugs here and there. Then once you learn a lot and you're reliable, next level software engineer, um, given more tasks and responsibility, but you're also learning a lot. You're not just using just regular. You're not using AI to just produce code without even learning or understanding how it works. Then you learn more, senior, principal, staff, it just keeps going up and up and up. But with AI nowadays, it feels like you're not really learning anything. You know, at least when you use AI, at least when I try to use it, I at least try to understand how the code works and what its function does and how I can manipulate it. At least some people just, yeah, here you go, got the code, send it out. It's like, excuse me, it's just sloppy. Sloppy, and I'm not a fan of it.
But nobody understands why, and nobody can fix it when it breaks. By trying to save money on developers today, companies have essentially taken out a high-interest loan on their future, and the interest is about to bankrupt them.
The 2025 Veracode Gen AI report reveals that 45% of AI-generated code contains OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities. In Java, the security failure rate now exceeds 72%.
Seasoned engineers are now reporting being 19% slower when using AI.
OWASP is a cybersecurity term, what he just mentioned right now. 1 second.
OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities. In Java, the security failure rate now exceeds 72%.
Seasoned engineers are now reporting being 19% slower when using AI tools. Why? Because they've become AI babysitters. They spend an average of 11 hours a week just correcting hallucinations, code that looks syntactically correct but contains logical landmines. CodeRabbit recently revealed that AI-generated pull requests contain an average of 10.8 issues, nearly double the 6.4 found in human-written code. We aren't speeding up, we're just creating a massive backlog of work for ourselves in the future. But the most damaging effect isn't the code, it's the people. We are currently witnessing what economists call the junior death spiral, because companies thought AI could handle.
Yep, basically weeding out the junior developers or any junior related positions and replacing it with like more AI or automated services. Basically, what are the younger people or people who just trying to get into tech and they typically start at junior levels going to do? What's going to happen to them?
Junior-level tasks, entry-level hiring plummeted by nearly 50% between 2023 and 2025. Stanford research found that in AI-exposed roles, employment for younger workers has declined significantly, while it has actually increased for workers over 35. We are effectively cutting off the pipeline of future talent. If you don't hire juniors today, you won't have seniors in 5 years. Furthermore, the training wheels are gone. In the past, a junior learned by writing boilerplate code. Now, the AI does the boilerplate, and the junior is expected to jump straight into complex architecture. While companies are realizing.
Honestly, I'm a little bit on the fence about that. There's nothing wrong with boilerplate code as long as you know how it works, and if you can also fix any bug-related issues from the boilerplate code. I don't mind that because a few times I had to use um, AI, typically Claude, for some boilerplate code, and I had to modify it using my noggin, with my own expertise and experience in order for it to fit the task that I need. So I don't mind that, but writing like a whole code architecture itself, no, I'm against that. And let me see what else I got to say.
They need humans, they are also realizing they have the upper hand in the job market for the first time in a decade. Reuters and IT Jobs Watch data for 2026 show a brutal shift in the power dynamic. In the UK and US, median salaries for general software roles have actually dipped by nearly 9% year on year. Why? Because the market is flooded with developers displaced by earlier layoffs. Management is using the narrative of AI productivity as a psychological weapon in salary negotiations. They'll tell a candidate, well, we need a human to oversee the architecture, but since the AI is doing 40% of the heavy lifting, we can't justify those 2022 level salaries. It's a bluff, but it's working. According to Hayes, the average pay increase for tech has barely kept up with inflation. We are entering the era of the low-hire, low-fire market. Companies aren't firing everyone anymore, but they aren't competing for you with six-figure signing bonuses either. They are waiting for the talent to get desperate.
God, I wish I got into tech a lot earlier, bro, so I can get some of those juicy signing bonuses, bro. Oh, that would have been so fucking sweet, man. Because I've only been in tech for the past like 3 or 4 years, and nothing substantial like software engineering, anything like that.
The collapse of $1.5 billion startup Builder AI has exposed a massive AI washing scheme. Court filings show the company relied on 700 human engineers in India to manually perform tasks marketed as fully autonomous AI.
Ah, okay. So outsourcing. Who else is surprised about that? I know I'm not.
The Builder AI scandal, widely reported by Bloomberg, is the ultimate proof of the AI lie. They promised a machine, but they sold a sweatshop. And when the money ran out to pay the humans, the AI...
Yep. Send everything to India or like third world countries because they could pay them like very low or substantially low wages compared to people here in first world nations, specifically speaking about America, the United States.
died. But even the real AI tools are
Tale as old as time.
failing in spectacular ways. In late 2025, we saw the infamous anti-gravity incident. A developer asked Google's anti-gravity AI to clear a project cache. The AI misread a silent flag and executed a recursive delete on the root directory.
Oh.
It didn't ask for permission. It just wiped a 2 terabyte production drive in seconds. The AI's response? I made a catastrophic error in judgment. But an apology doesn't bring back months of work. As Forbes pointed out, the industry is finally realizing that AI lacks the one thing essential for software engineering: accountability. So here's the bottom line for 2026. AI didn't replace developers. It
Basically, you fucked up. AI is like,
replaced the delusion that software development is an easy, automated task. The companies winning today are the ones who stopped trying to prompt their way to success and started reinvesting in human architects. We've learned that free AI code is the most expensive debt you can ever take on. And while employers might be using the AI narrative to suppress your wages today, their reliance on your ability to fix the AI's mistakes will eventually force the pendulum to swing back.
Want more?
God knows when that's gonna happen. Good video by Mackard. Let me give a like on that one. Hopefully, it can autocorrect in the future, but who knows what's gonna happen.